Chosen Vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and you know I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, let's get right into it. Look, how to speak wealth, health, and prosperity into your life for a whole new experience. Let's talk about it. If you want different, you already know it's something that you're going to have to do different. And a lot of people want to experience different, but they're not ready to change their mind. A lot of people aren't ready to work on their mind. A lot of people don't think that there's nothing that they have to fix. But if you want something different in your life, as far as your health, as far as your wealth, as far as your finances, as far as money, you're going to have to start looking at that totally different. The things you don't have, you can't see them as far-fetched. You can't see yourself as having it as something that's far-fetched. You can't see yourself as somebody that is going to have it when things go right, when things get right, when things get perfect. Some people think they can only be successful or wealthy or money can come into their life when things get perfect. If that's the case, nobody will be wealthy because nobody's life is 100% perfect. There's always going to be things that you have to work on. There's always going to be something that you have to fix. There's random things that happen. Life happens. Things just randomly come up that you can't control. But that doesn't mean that they have the power to stop you from having the life that you want, seeing the life for yourself that you want, or even creating the life that you want. So the one thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to change your mindset. You're going to have to change your mindset on the way you view the things that you want. Because if you see them as something that is so far away, if you see them as I have to get all these things right, or I have to fix everything before these things can come into my life, you're pushing yourself further away from the things that you want, and you're prolonging having these things in your experience when it doesn't have to be like that. It determines on how you speak. It determines on how you think. It determines how you view things. There are people that want a different lifestyle, but they see it as something that they can't have. They see it as something for the people who are on TV or the people who already have it. The people who already have things were one day like you, sitting looking at other people with it. It's just that they decided for themselves that, you know what, I may not have it, but that's for me. I may not be able to buy those things yet. I may not actually physically have that money in my bank account yet. I may not be able to go out and purchase that home yet, but they still saw themselves as being able to get it. They saw themselves as having everything that they needed to get it, and they saw themselves as someone that could get it. And a lot of people, they separate themselves from what they want because they really don't feel that they have what they need to get it. And the thing about wanting these things in your life is that the way God works is He already put everything in you to get these things. What you have to do, the trick is you have to go within yourself and already see these things. You have to go within your mind, and you're going to have to work on yourself and see yourself as the person who already has these things. And you're going to have to recondition how you view the things that you want, because some people really see them as being far away from themselves. Some people see these things as being further away from themselves. Some people see these things as something that they can't have, and that's the only thing that's holding you back. The difference between the people who have it and the people who don't is they see themselves as someone that can have it. That's the only difference. Somewhere in your mind, you don't see yourself as somebody that belongs in that house. I'm sorry to tell you, but somewhere in your mind, you don't see yourself as somebody that belongs in that house. A lot of people, they don't think that they could get it because they haven't hit the lottery, or they're not a basketball player, or they're not a singer. or they're not an actor. It's not that deep. You don't have to be a genius to attract wealth. If you're a genius, shout out to you. That's what's up. You're smart. That's a good thing. You don't have to be so smart, or you don't have to be so intelligent to be able to come up with an idea, to be able to see yourself having something. That's all it takes, is a change of mindset. So if you're willing to change your mindset, if you're willing to change how you view things, then they're going to start to come and appear and show up in your life. Some people, they think that the things that they want are too good for them. People really want a different lifestyle, but they think that the things that they want are too good for them, and that's why you're not having it and you're not experiencing it. Because if you think that something is too good for you, you're cutting yourself off from it. You're in the deeper region of your mind. There's something that says, I can't really have that. I'd like to have that. I'd like to see myself with that. I know I want these things, but I just don't think that I truly deserve it. I just don't think that I'm good enough to have it. And that's what's stopping people from going out and getting what they want. You can choose the lifestyle that you want right now. If you want to be healthy, you could choose that right now. You have to start changing the way you think about things. That's the only thing that's keeping things away from you and out your life, is how you speak on things, how you view things, how you think about things. People will look at famous and successful people and the life that they live, and they'll say that's just for them. You don't have to be a basketball player to get millions in your life. You don't have to look like Denzel or act like Denzel to have millions in your life. There's actors that starred in movies that we've never even seen, that are still not working, not having a bad life, not having to work for some company that they don't want to work for, not having to be around coworkers that they don't want to be around, and they're still going on their vacation. They're still driving the car that they want. They're still living the life that they want. It's up to you. All right. There's even different levels of wealth and happiness. But the thing is that they have your mind programmed that if you want to be successful, it has to look like that. If you want to be rich, it has to look like that. That's not the case. You have to decide what wealth looks like for you. You have to decide what health looks like for you. You have to decide what prosperity looks like for you. And when it comes to prosperity, that's money that's like a different level of wealth. That's like a different level of money. That's continual money flowing into your life. Prosperity is somebody that is never going to be broke. Prosperity is somebody that continually has money flowing into their life. Prosperity is somebody that has a level of money that creates a lifestyle for them that allows them to be able to do what they want and have what they want. But in order to get that, you have to accept it. But the thing is, people can't accept it because they don't see it for themselves, because they don't see themselves as a celebrity. They don't see themselves as somebody famous. They have you programmed to believe that only famous people can live like that. You got to be Rockefeller to live like that. You got to be a president to live like that. You got to be Oprah to live like that. And that's not true. All these people are just normal, everyday people, just like you. They may have moved up in the world and they may have their connections. They may have their little secret society, their little group. But before, Oprah just started out with a talk show. She started out with a talk show. All right. Some people start off as a radio host. You have to decide what you're good at. You have to decide what you want to do, and you have to go do it. All right. Everybody has something that can make them prosperous. You have to decide what you want to do, what your thing is, and you have to see that as your ticket to success. That's what's going to take you towards your success. All right. You can't just sit around and not do anything and expect that lifestyle to come to you. That lifestyle is not going to come to you by working a job. That lifestyle is only going to come to you by working your mind. Health is only going to come to you by working your mind. There are people that were sick. There are people that were told they had this many months to live. There are people that told they had an irreversible disease, some type of cancer, and they were going to die. And what they did was they didn't accept death. They didn't accept death. All right. So if you want health, you can't accept a life that isn't healthy. If you want health, you have to accept health. It all starts with your mind, because your mind is going to make you go out and do things that will cause you to be healthy. It's going to draw health to you. You're going to start to make healthy choices, all because you're thinking health. All right, if you think that you're a healthy person, you're going to take on the life of a healthy person, and you're going to act like a healthy person, and that way you're going to have a healthy life. It all starts with your mind. You have to see yourself as that, so that way you'll act like that and you'll be that. And if you're being that, you're going to become that. Being is an action. Our action is movement. Being is a vibration. When you take on the certain vibe, when you take on certain vibrations, you become that. If you're angry and you're unhappy and you're miserable, you become an angry, unhappy, miserable person, and you're on that vibration. We know how to do that real easy. We know how to be upset. We know how to be negative. We know how to not be positive. We know how to make things worse for ourselves when they're already bad. So why keep making things worse for yourself when it's already bad? When all you have to do is change your mindset and start to think differently. It's as simple as that. But the thing is, what draws people away from that is, Drew, if I change my mindset, it's not going to change my life today in a way to where I could experience what I want right now. People are impatient. You can't be impatient when it comes to self-improvement and working on yourself and changing your mind, so that way you could change your lifestyle. It's something that you're going to have to do every day. You can't just say I'm rich and expect the riches to come on in. You may be lucky, and you may have said it with so much feeling and so much energy to where you actually drew some riches to you that day. But even still, if deep in the back of your mind you don't really feel that way, and you don't honestly truly think that way, and if you don't honestly truly believe that, that money's going to flee from you. Those riches are going to flee from you. It's something that you have to continually program your mind with. That's why they're continually trying to program your mind. They got television, commercials, TV, ads. Why do you think restaurants put their sign on the road, so when you drive past it, you see it? You may not even want to eat that food, but you drive past it how many times throughout the year? 365 days. You see that sign for 200 days or 100 plus days. Sooner or later, you're gonna, I may try that. I may want that. That does look good. I saw that commercial. I heard the radio ad. Somebody was talking about it at work. I think I may go check that out. Don't you eat no fast food. But still, that's how programming works. People will let everything else program their mind. All right, people will let everything program their mind, but they're too lazy to do it. They don't want to do it. And it's not that they're too lazy to do it. It's just like I said, they don't see it as something that's beneficial right here and right now. And I understand. You want to get out of your situation. You want better. You want a different life. You want it right now. I understand. But you can't microwave success. You microwave success as hot as it gets, as fast as it gets hot, as fast as it's going to go back cold again. You can't microwave success. There's no fast way to success. Even with the internet, even with everything being instant, they're showing you all this wealth. They're showing you all this money. They're showing you all this success. People didn't just hop online and just wake up and then boom, success. They're not going to show you the times where how many days they had to train. They're not going to show you how many books they've read. They're not going to show you how many attempts at success they had, which resulted in failure. They're not going to show you that. So you have to start to speak and think differently. All right. So that way you can have a whole different experience. If you don't think that something is for you, you're not going to speak like it. If you're not speaking like something is for you, you're not going to have it. When someone talks bad about themselves, or if someone was around you and saying, oh, all these bad things about myself, and then they look like this, you wouldn't let your son say something bad about himself and then go out and leave the house and go to school like that. You'd be like, hey, come here, son. No, that's wrong. You think like this about yourself. You can get those good grades. You can get those A's. All right. Tell me you can. I can't do good in school. That's how you're going to send him out the house. And what is that going to do? That's going to change his mindset. And now he's going to start to think that he can actually get those good grades. And now he's going to start to be a better student. Or at least it's going to put something in him to give him some drive so that he will attempt to be better. And that's all you have to do. All you have to do is put something in you that's going to make you want to attempt to be a better person. Once you start working on yourself and you start to attempt to be better, you're going to draw better into your life. You're going to attract better into your life because you're going to be vibrating higher on a higher vibration, which is going to make you act out on those thoughts. Whether you know it or not, you're acting out on your thoughts. Whether you know it or not, you're acting out on the things that you're speaking. And people look at it like, oh, that's that manifestation stuff, that's that law of attraction stuff. It's all throughout the Bible. What do you think people are praying for? What do you think Psalms are for? What do you think rebuking is? What do you think Jesus saying, get behind me, Satan? What do you think all that stuff was? All right. If speaking things into existence didn't help, people wouldn't pray. If speaking things into existence didn't help, people wouldn't rebuke evil and negativity. People wouldn't speak against the evil that's out there. People, if speaking things into existence didn't help, wouldn't nobody be out here preaching, and wouldn't nobody be out here trying to talk positively to your mind. It's just that I understand people want things to change right now. People want things to be different right now. But in order for things to be different, even right now, it has to start on a mental level. So that way the atoms will change. That way you'll start to vibrate higher. That way you'll start to be on a different frequency. All right. You have to be in alignment with what you want. And the only way you can be in alignment with what you want is by speaking differently. All right. Is by thinking differently. That's it. And if you want to be in alignment with wealth, health, and prosperity, you're going to have to start to think that you're wealthy. You're going to have to start to think that you're healthy. You're going to have to start to think that you're prosperous. So that way you could be in alignment with those things. Because whether you know it or not, you're in alignment with the things that you don't want, especially if you're talking about them, not figuring out any solutions. If you're going to talk about, if you have to talk about something negative, it better be so you could find a solution. It better be so you could solve the problem. It better be so you could try to help somebody else get through a situation. That's the only time you talk about when you were broke or being broke, is to help somebody get out of that situation mentally. It's like, yeah, I was there, but but I had to start doing this. I had to start doing that. I had to start thinking this way. I had to start acting that way. If you think that you're going to be at a job for the rest of your life, you sealed your fate. Why do you, like, people play the lottery? Why? Because they think they can win. If people didn't think they could win, no one would play. Your thoughts are very powerful, and what you speak is very powerful. Thoughts are things. Your thoughts are things. All right. Just like I could knock on that wall. In the thought realm, your thoughts are that real. In the universe, your thoughts are that real. In the universe, your thoughts are physical things. So when you tell yourself that you can't get what you want, you're physically making that real in the universe. You're communicating to the universe. You're pressing against infinite substance. All right, you're pressing against the substance in the universe that creates everything, that you can't have that, and you're creating that and you're making it real. Your mind is connected to the universe. All right, your mind is connected to God. So when you're saying, oh, I can't have that, God's like, okay, I'm trying to show you that you can. I put all these wealthy people in front of you to try to let you know that you can. All right. God knows what we want. God put us here to experience what we want. God knows what's in your heart. He created you to be here, to have those things, to do better and to be better. You have to work through where you're at to get to a different place in life. You have to work through where you're at to get to a different place in life. All right, the McDonald's guy, he started out making a 35-cent hamburger. Now he's got, I mean, the food's not that good, but it's a $1 million business. No, excuse me, $1 trillion business, $1 billion business. It's on that level. Excuse me. What is the difference between that person and you? Sales. All right, some people think that they can have things and they go out and get them, and people call them crazy. People laugh at them. People tell them that they'll never achieve it. People tell them that they'll never get it. People tell them you can't do that, and guess what? They still do it anyway. And it's like it seems like magic to people, but all the while, when everybody was crapping on this person and telling them that they'd never be anything, that person did not choose to believe that. That person did not choose to think that about themselves. That person chose to have a thought of, yes, I can. Whoever, it's simple, y'all. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. And I'm never gonna stop saying that. You determine what you have in your life, not your job, not your parents, not your family, not your person that you're in a relationship with, not your past. You determine. So you may have to work on your idea about yourself. You may have to do some internal work to get rid of the internal conflict, because that's the only reason why people aren't vibrating on the frequency of what they want, is because they're vibrating on the frequency of them thinking that they don't deserve this and they can't have that. That's all. It's a just like you turn on a light, you flip on the switch in your mind, y'all. You got to turn on this. You have to turn on the switch in your mind. You got to turn your mind on to believing that you could have whatever you want. That's all life is about. You get downloads. The universe tries to tell you that you can have something. You ask God for help. You get an idea, but you think it's too crazy. You won't act on it. You don't want to get laughed at. You don't want people to think differently of you. You like, think about Henry Ford. Yeah, I'm gonna put 4 wheels on the ground. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna build a structure on these 4 wheels in some way, somehow. I'm gonna not have to walk, and I'm gonna create I'm gonna create a device that can move around and take me and pick me up where I want to go. I'm gonna create something that I can drive. I got the drive to create something I could drive. And you like, it sounds cliche. You may be like, oh, that's dumb or whatever, but rich people ain't the smartest people out there. You don't have to be a genius to be rich. Maybe you might have to get a financier, or you may have to learn some financial literacy to keep the money in your life, so you know what to do with the money, so you could think about the money correctly and handle the money correctly. But God will direct you to that. Once you get there, you have to believe that God will direct you to the life that you want. You communicate to God all day long, whether you know it or not. You're talking to God all day long, whether you know it or not. He's omnipresent, whether you know he's there or not, whether you're aware of that man's presence in your life or not. He is there. His power is there, and is either working for you because you're thinking positive, or unfortunately you're using the power. God means power. You're using the power against yourself. And I mean, you can continue doing that if you want to, but it's going to keep you in a place in life to where you're at right now currently. And not to say where you're at right now currently may not be where you want to be, but I know you want. If you're watching my channel, you know you deserve more, and I know you want more out of life, because you know there's more to life that you could get. If other people can go on vacation and enjoy themselves and do whatever they want when they want, what's stopping you from doing that? Your mind. Because you're not them and you don't have a gold chain on your neck or some diamonds glistening from your ears. If is that, are you really gonna let that, you really gonna let what people have stop you from thinking that you could get there? It's like all that is in your mind is like they're ahead of me, and because they're ahead of me, I'm going to tell myself that I can't get that or I can't have that to make myself not feel insecure or anxious. People are fascinated with wealth whether they believe it or not. Why do you think people are watching basketball? Why do you think people care about celebrities? Why do you think people are so fascinated with athletes? Instead of being fascinated with them and what they have, instead of being fascinated with the rich and famous and what they have and what they're able to do, why don't you become fascinated with what you can see for yourself or what you can do? And it's going to take time, but the more you start to work on your mind, the more you're going to start to feel like that, and you're going to realize that it's an internal thing. You don't need the possessions to feel like that. You don't need $1 million to feel rich. You could feel like $1 million right now. You don't need all those things to feel successful. You could choose a successful feeling for yourself right now. You could choose to have a successful mindset right now. It's as simple as making a choice. You need to decide what you want to be and how you want to feel, and that's going to dictate what you're going to have. If you feel like the one who can have it, you're going to be able to have it. Just because you don't have it right now doesn't mean anything. The possessions don't mean anything. It's an internal thing. Because even yo, this is how it works. Like this, I'm gonna use some scripture. All right, to him who hath, it shall be given. To him who hath but have not, it shall be taken away. If you get it and you don't feel you deserve it, if you get it and you don't think you can have it, you don't think you can handle it, you don't think you're worthy of it, you're going to push it away from yourself, and you're communicating to the universe that I don't deserve this. Create a situation, create a scenario for it to be taken from me. And you've experienced that already. Imagine, like, not even imagine, think back. Think back to the nice good things that you got in your life, that you were surprised that you could get it. You were so surprised that you could get it. You were waiting for something bad to happen. You were waiting for it to be taken away. And guess what happened? Something bad happened. It was taken away because you didn't believe that you deserved it. You didn't believe you were the one who was supposed to have it. If somebody believes that they're the one who's supposed to have it, they're going to get it. They're going to hold on to it. And they got it because they think they got it. They know they got it. They tell themselves, yo, I got this. What do you think these basketball players say to themselves before they go out and play the game? Oh, I suck. I'm going to lose. I don't deserve to be in the NBA. You think that's what they tell themselves? I suck. I'm going to lose. I don't deserve to be an NFL player. I suck. I'm not a good actor. I don't deserve this role. I don't deserve this $1 million home. That's not what they're telling themselves. The people who have things and the people who are getting things, they know that they're worthy of it. They know that they're deserving of it. And the only thing that's separating you from that is the mindset. They feel that they deserve this and that they can have it. And just because it's not in your hands right now doesn't mean you can't feel like you deserve it and that you should have it. It's as simple as changing your mindset. It's as simple as speaking these things. Just because it doesn't matter what people say. You're not supposed to be telling people anyway. You're not supposed to be trying to prove to people that you're healthy or wealthy or prosperous. You don't have, there's nothing that you have to prove. If anything, you have to prove it to yourself. So you have to believe it yourself. You have to keep your mind locked on these things. And you have to speak your reality into existence every day, because you got everything pulling at you. The news, the world bind, other people, friends, family. You'll be thinking that you could become successful. Your family may not mean you any harm, but they'll be like, "We ain't rich people. What do you think you are? We ain't rich people. We can't have we are normal, common folk." But but that's their mindset. You is something in you. God put something in you to break that generational curse, because you know there's more. God, he tried to experience it through them, but they can't get past they can't get past the thought of being common. They accepted that and they made that their reality. So just like they're like, I'm a common folk. Well, you could be like, well, not me. I'm a rich person. And you don't have to tell them that. You just have to program that in your mind and continue to think that, and continue to tell yourself that every day, and continue to focus on that. See yourself with it, and envision yourself with it. See yourself with the money. See yourself with the money in your bank account. See yourself in the nice new home. See yourself driving the nice new car, and your reality will change. And that's, according to your belief, so be it unto you. And Jesus said that. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash that like button, smash that share button with your prosperous, wealthy, healthy self. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace, love, and light. We out.